Hello there, my friends, and welcome to my channel. I have literally flown or traveled or been in 3 states to get here right now and film this for you because guess what? Kate in the Nest is home in the nest. And so much joy to share. So I was unpacking and I promised my husband that as I unpacked, I'd put things in their places. And so that our house could come back to some semblance of order. So before I get started on lots of sharing, I thought I need to check in with you. I did receive some lovely messages that you'd missed me. And that means that not only was I away from you, I didn't get the chance to check in. So I hope you are well. It's Monday here. I'm back in New South Wales. I flew from Melbourne to Canberra, which is in the ACT, and then drove from Canberra to my home in the Highlands in New South Wales. So literally, I've been on the road all day, but my heart is bursting with happiness. And this is it's a show and tell and a share with you some of the beautiful things that I picked up over the last week. Most of them have been in person in the Melbourne area, and others I was so fortunate I had 2 bits of happy mail waiting for me, things that I'd purchased on Facebook. So here we go. Hello. My backdrop today is brought to you by this magnificent quilt. Hand-stitched, hand-quilted, nothing in between it. So I don't know whether that's called a quilt or a topper or a coverlet. It doesn't matter to me. Look at that color, because indeed she is an American quilt. I was told when she would have been made, but I've forgotten. And I picked this up in Hastings, Victoria. And if ever I was not planning to buy a quilt, I've only ever bought a quilt in the States ever before. And after Missy made this as videos, it would be impossible to recreate that joy. But I do have a little piece here to share the joy. And I just, honestly, I saw the back and I thought I better open this up, and this was inside it. Butterflies and flowers. Yes, my friend, it was at a vintage place. I bargained because I did a deal and got a whole lot of stuff. So it is in no way a cheap op-shop purchase, but for me it is an investment and a celebration of the work of these hands. And could there be anything more beautiful than starting off a little share with you? I should have done that before, but hey, I hope you can cope, because I want to just send you flowers from my happy place in my home to wherever you are watching this. Okay, so this is going to be my little area in the middle, and you can enlarge these up. You can see it's done with cotton perlé baskets in blue and gold. Go up there, and the green, and look at these. They're like French knots that have gone wide. There might be a name for that. So I am forever ever grateful for finding this quilt. Now, I started the video with a gift from the lovely Leanne, who came to my pouch workshop exactly a week ago. Hello, Leanne, and hello, everyone that was around the table. That was a bumper crew and so much fun. Leanne made me this little bird, and she had it in a nest, and she said to me that this was the brightest colors that she could find in her stash, and I absolutely adore. I have a sister called Leanne, so this is, oh, I could cry. This is my sweetie pie, Leanne, from Leanne in Melbourne, who remind me of my sister. It has these beautiful little tail feathers, and I said that how much they gave me joy as well as everything. And of course she had a little card, which I won't read out, but you know, these are the moments that make my heart sing. So there we are, a gift. That's a really clever design. Oh, you can't see it, so it was just as well that I stood up there. Gone blank. Suffolk puffs, felt, little bit of laces, like she's even got like a little lacy eyebrow, and just beautiful combination of fabrics and that tail. Okay, so she'll sit there. Okay, I haven't got these in any order, so I'm going to do, I've just piled them up here, and please remember I am buying these to share and also to work with. Mary, my friend on Facebook, had this doily, and I just thought it was exquisite. I know a lot of you are using these sorts of pieces in your quilts, and I just love that. She also was cleaning out her stash and had these incredible stitch roses. Look at, I'm hoping you can see how fine the cotton is on that work. That is absolutely glorious. And my friend who lives in the States, but whose son's wedding I'm going to, loves roses, so they're going to be gifted straight away to a special lady across the seas. Following in that same, I imagine it's the same maker. And these aren't priced or anything because they've come out of Mary's collection. But look at that for beauty. Maybe I should just stand up. I don't want to make you dizzy, but I'm jumping for joy, literally. Isn't that beautiful work? That one as well. I know that flower. You'll be saying it to me. Is it hibiscus? Beautiful, 2 pieces of those. I'm just going to cover our so that's the first bit from Mary. I think I've already told you in my first Melbourne Workshops video that we went all over the place in Hastings, Bron and Sarah and I, and a lot of these pieces, I actually can't remember which store we got them from, because it literally was a frenzy, and the girls were beautiful. They said, see, we've never seen as many things as you found today, and it was men's. So now I feel very excited because I've just shared my things for over 6 days of workshops, and it's like it has been replenished. My husband said, oh, I didn't think you'd have as much stuff to bring home. And I said, well, I wasn't going to, but I couldn't leave these. Look at that. That's a beautiful, so that's a subcloth that I bought it, obviously looking at the wrong side because the work is so incredibly gorgeous. I'll try. I love watching people who are neat and pile them back up, but see, I like seeing the flowers as well. You know that these are my favorite, don't you? And this one is just on the finest linen and has been loved, and it's just that one, the quality of that linen just sings to me. So that's going to just stay for a while. It's almost like it's been used so much that the blue has faded. Is that not perfection for an applique? That's a garden. I know where that's going to go. With that same piece, there were some other tray cloths which I found very interesting. So we are at an antique market now in Hastings, It starts with T. And I said I'd look it up, but I haven't yet because I've been I've been traveling. But look at that for a little house in a garden. You can see what I'm attracted to, can't you? So I'm making up a little story. My husband took me out. He's had to go back to work, but he was here for literally 5 minutes to meet me. And I said, I'm going to duck in and film a video. Look at the back. Sorry, I have to. I mean, this is a celebration of these many hands. Oh, but before I came in here, he did take me for a walk in the garden to see what's out in flower. Our roses have come out while I've been away, which is a miracle because he said he had only remembered that now he needs to water because there's not as much rain. And what else is out? Our first purple salvia. The lamb's ears have gone crazy, and something else was out. One dogwood has lost all its leaves. Anyway, look at this for a piece. Can you believe that that was just waiting in a shop for me to come along? That is one of my, I think, one of my favourite pieces of all time. And don't be surprised, it's got blue on it. Just divine. Continuing. Truly, it was like the girls ended up saying, it was just honestly like everything had arrived, that they don't find things like this. Look at that. So beautiful. And that's on both sides. So that will be, and I know you worry, but now that you've been with me for a while, you know that I honour every stitch. I will probably, what's that word? Cut or tear. And so then I've got 2 of those gardens. I've got a story happening already, haven't I? They're all different colours, but you know what I mean. It's layer upon layer. Now this piece I gasped at because I think I saw this. And we were staying with Bron in her beautiful area, and there were lots of hills, and it was like, oh, there's a house, you know, we're here, and there's a beautiful garden. And then, are you ready? I can't do a drum roll because there's no, there's no. Oh gosh. Are you ready? I'll open it out. Are you gasping? Because I was. Look what's in this corner. A garden, and then is that to feed this birdie. And I thought, if ever there was a Kate in a nest message, I've come far from home over here. There's the clouds, which are blue sky, and there's this little vignette. And that's right, there's this long one and then 2 small ones, which I can't actually find at the moment, but love that. So I've even got the bird in the garden with another house and some big flowers. Just, yeah. You know, I only share this because you tell me you don't see it as, you know, I never want to come across as boasting. I just is treasure hunting, and the treasure came to me, and these are being shared with you. Here's an unusual piece. But ever since I've done my still life last year with the Roxy's, I have been dreaming of doing some more still lifey pieces. So let's have a look at this together. Vase in the corner. Flowers. I didn't even open it. I just thought it was that. Oh my gosh. Can you see this? There's one in every corner, and then this work in between. And yes, it is hand done because look, there's a knot. I'm just trying to see if all the vases are the same colours. But what about that? That's a piece. Oh, adore that. But look at this, everyone. This is why I love the stories of collecting. Would that have been intentional, that it's joined? Or has the maker run out of material or cut it too short? Can you see what I'm talking about? Up there and down there and just to there. With that, I can't see that that would be deliberate. Oh, I love that. It's been machined. I was talking to my husband just now in the brief 5 minutes we had, and I said, I am on fire. Like, I have been sitting and stitching and learning and teaching for a week, and the joy and the creative inspiration that has given to me is watch out. Watch out, Kate. Oh my gosh, I have to really organize this, and I've promised my family that I'm going to put everything away and make the house tidy, because I only have 10 days before we fly to India for the wedding. So I've got to get it ship shape, put everything away, because then we're going to fill it with family for Thanksgiving on my return. So just love it. Let's keep the garden growing. Okay, we'll break from the garden. I know that it pained the lady in the Vintage Emporium to sell this because it had been labelled the wrong way. But I did buy lots and lots and lots of other stuff to make up for it. But my friends, you don't see me buying blue very often, but look at this exquisite supper cloth. I mean, that is a work of art, and that will be just staying whole in my collection. Just the most, I don't know how to describe that, but it is just joyful. Every corner is like this, and this is the most beautiful blue linen, a gorgeous, gorgeous colour. Is it cut work? I don't know whether it would be called that. Probably isn't coming up as well on camera as here in real life. Heavy. So there was the supper cloth, and there are 6 of these divine little napkins. And I can tell that they've been used because there's little stains like we get on our linens. So the home that used those, and there's more marks on there, they've been pressed, etc. Beautiful condition and smell gorgeous, but love, love, love. One of the finds, I'm going to give you a little bit of break from the embroideries. The thing that keeps on giving is, did I get this? Yeah, I got this in orange, but I did find, I thought that was it, so I should rewind that, but I'm not. I found some beautiful vintage sheeting in quite a few stores in Victoria, so maybe you're a little bit, maybe there's more of those around you, I don't know. But I won't show you that. Okay, here's another piece that has been loved. First thing, if you could be here, you would see that it has been used and loved. But how unusual is this colouring? For fine, be helpful if I held the flowers up the right way. So that's been loved and used on the table, and I love to dream of that. So many beautiful pieces that would work in all sorts of ways in collages. So let's see if we can work out the size. So it's sort of got that shape in there. You can see I love that it's been loved by a family and that it's come here. I was going to count the flowers, but we don't need to do that. But just joy. Just so pretty. Oh my gosh. Just looked over there and I forgot to take my October original. So watch out. I think October finishes this week, so I've got to dive into some colour. There you are. That was brought together by Kin, the Kate and the Nest. Here's the other birdies. Look at that. So that's the big piece. And then there's two of these little ones. Running low now. What else? Any little things I could show you? Oh, this is continuing my look at this. I just realised what was around it. I grabbed it because it was a cup and saucer. And I've got still life on my mind. But look at the flowers that are around it. I'd never even noticed. Pansies. I'm so attracted to these. And they were the theme flower on the table all last week. So that is very, very sweet. And we have the cup. And now we have the teapot. So it's a grand tea party in the garden here happening at the house with the quilt for the bed. Okay, I'm getting carried away, aren't I? I've got two more things I want to show you. I have a tablecloth here that I bought off Facebook Marketplace before I left. And I hope that you see this and have the same reaction as I did. I promise I'm not going to chop it up. But, my friends, look at this. That is, sorry, I'm not doing a very good job. It's getting dark because it's windy and cold. Look, sorry, I don't want to be bossy. I can't believe this work. This is all cross stitch, tiny cross stitch in these neutral colours. Can you imagine? And look, there's a bit that's been missed. Obviously not on purpose, because I was just about to say, can you imagine the patience it would take? But if ever there was a combination of colours that I love, that is it. So that's a corner. And that's the inside along, joining to the other corner. Of course, corners join to others. I don't know how better to describe that. You will know what I'm trying to say. So beautiful Irish linen. Bouquets, aren't they? With bouquets on every corner. So I am so thrilled that that came up on Facebook and I was in the right spot at the right time and was able, I don't know how I'm not showing that properly, but it's a garden. these colours. So quite a large tablecloth. I don't know measurements, but it's my arms outstretched. So, sorry, I'm just showing you the empty thing there. Beautiful condition. I don't think it's been used. It's got some markings actually. It may have been. So I can't stop until I work out how to capture this beauty better for you. There. Mary Walker, our wonderful friend and maker of shirts, I think she would love to be making some shirts out of that one. So there we are. And I have one piece left to show you. And this is what we talked a lot around the table, you know, about how important it is for us to find our voice, to share with others what we love doing. And many of the ladies, I have to say, said that they loved doing what they did, but quite a few of them said no one else in their family or friends slow stitched. So they are having the thrill of the chase and finding things, and, you know, sort of sometimes feeling, oh, well, who will we show and tell that to? And that's why, of course, we've got our kin Facebook group, because it's a sharing place. So this one is, people said, you know, right time, right place, and special things come when it's meant to be. So I saw this thick bit of linen in a bag. I don't know whether I've told you this story before, so I won't dwell on it. It was in a bag of unmarked pieces of linen that Sarah managed to get to me for an absolute bargain price. I thought I was buying it for the linen because it's great back pieces for collages. I love starting with this. Then I opened it up and this was on the corner, and I thought, look at that amazing, just actually a little overcome again, because magic has happened. Like, how is it that I'm holding this beautiful, beautiful floral piece? It's almost like accident, but I'm saying it's a gift for me to share with you. So I saw that, and then I went, oh wow, it's been done all around the edges. And there's this, you know, there's a stain in it from storage, I don't know. And I went, oh, isn't that beautiful? Let's open it up. My friends, I opened it up and look what's on it. It's swans, and they've not been done. So here's the two little flowers up there. I'll open them up. And then there's more swans. And I'm thinking of Kiki and Kelly and I and all of you all around this piece. There are swans. And the maker has obviously done the little flowers and completed this corner. And something spilt on it, and it's that rust. So flowers in the corners, but the center, this, I hope you can see, the center is the same pattern, the flowers, the two swans, all the way around. So there's 4 sets of 2 swans. I mean, how blessed. on a piece of linen that was in a plastic bag with no price, and this was not the only one, for that to be there. Okay, see, I needed people to tidy my just nester because I'm not good at folding. But I'm hoping you've got, that was a tingle moment. I've had quite a few. Okay, so let's go in backward order. Beautiful Irish linen, embroidered in corners with unmarked swans. A tablecloth that is just a dream come true. Appliques, happy gardens, little flower stories, birds, and I wouldn't call that a nest. It's probably a feeding station. That was probably in that set. We've got these with my pansies. Got this gorgeous. I just wanted to get down to where we started and say I have enough to keep me going for another year of making and workshops and traveling, and I'm getting some requests, and I am getting my 26 calendar out because I've got to share these with you, and I'll be of course YouTubing the whole time. So there's Lady, hello, my gorgeous one. Lady is in there on the flowers, and you're out there. I'm here though at home, so I'll keep filming this week. Thank you so much. We'll just put that one in the corner. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you again soon. Please take care, be kind to each other, and yeah, it makes the world a glorious place. Bye.